Hey everybody, I'm the Ranting Monkey, and today we're going to talk about something really important. Nah, I'm just fucking around. We're going to talk about the bullshit surrounding the new Marvel Black Panther movie. Black Panther, the latest entry into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, will be released on February 16th. At the time of this recording, that's still 9 days away, but that hasn't stopped anyone from talking about how great this movie is. Not because the movie's been leaked and a lot of people have downloaded pirated versions of the film. Rather, it's simply because the director and most of the cast are black, proving once again that nothing matters more than race. What should be a fun movie has turned into a social justice phenomenon before anyone has even fucking seen it. I'll still see the movie because I've enjoyed the Marvel franchise, but the racialized hype around it has made me less enthusiastic. And I'm not alone in that. Yesterday, my friend Satsu2cents uploaded a video on the topic.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Satsu2cents, and as a person who is very excited to see the new Black Panther movie, I am very annoyed by a lot of the bullshit surrounding it. Because, this movie is not supposed to be political. I don't think it was made to be political. It's just a part of a series of movies that have been relatively badass for the most part, and another one I've been anticipating. There have been branches off from movies, including everyone in, the Marvel universe that have been taking place in this whole thing that was going on, from Civil War to Captain America to Iron Man and to Hulk, and I've enjoyed all of them for the most part. Not all of them were great, but I've just been looking forward to seeing each one of these movies, and then when they announced Black Panther, I'm like, cool, another branch of the story for another character that just happens to be awesome. But no, I don't get to be fucking excited about this movie because people will not shut the fuck up about all the niggas in it.
If you're not subscribed to Satsu, you should be. The link's in the description. If you've missed it, this is the kind of shit Satsu and I are talking about. Here's what critics are saying about Black Panther. It's a masterpiece. Sounds reasonable. An article from Salon.com on the response from critics who have actually seen the movie. But then we start reading it and get this shit.
Black Panther, the new Marvel film starring Chadwick Boseman, was always going to make history, was always going to be important, was always going to make money. Much like Wonder Woman was the first big-budget tentpole-style movie wrapped around an iconic female comic book character, Black Panther is the first blockbuster-format release featuring a black hero front and center. Crucially, both arrived a little too late and right on time. Long overdue films featuring figures from marginalized populations, released just when those margins seem more under attack than they've been in years.
It's crucial to have this movie right now because blacks are under attack? Dude, what in the fuck are you talking about? How are blacks... You know what? Never mind. Fuck it. Let's just keep on reading.
But was Black Panther going to be actually, a good film? With a stellar, deep-benched cast, including a bunch of people I'm not going to read, with direction and script by Ryan Coogler of Fruitvale Station and Creed fame, everything was set up for success. In the end, though, you just never know about these things.
And we still don't know because we simply can't trust reviews that are packed with social justice bias. I love Marvel films, even shitty ones like Iron Man 3 with that god-awful ending. But even with the good ones, I've yet to see one that was worthy of the reviews this movie is getting. Could Black Panther be a masterpiece? Sure. Is it likely that it's worthy of near universal praise? Let's say I'm skeptical.
Now it appears we do. Overwhelmingly, the early reviews for Black Panther have been consistent in their praise, with some calling it a Marvel movie masterpiece. The best entry from the studio so far, and the superhero film America needed just when it needed it most. While no one calls it perfect, it is superhero blockbuster fare after all. Its performances, direction, world-building, visuals, and more have all been lauded in a growing tide of reviews that should put all of those alt-right efforts to tank its Rotten Tomato score in the dust. Indeed, it is currently holding strong at 100%.
Okay, so critics like it, but what's this about the alt-right tanking the movie? Well, that link leads us to this article. Claws Out, How Black Panther Fought Off a Toxic Ghostbuster-Style Online Campaign. For fuck's sake, Ghostbuster-Style Campaign? We're not going to read this bullshit. It'll be linked below if you want to verify that what I'm saying here is true, but there is nothing in here about racism or the alt-right. The closest it comes is when they tell us Rotten Tomatoes responded to an onslaught of negative reviews by saying,
"While we respect our fans' diverse opinions, we do not condone hate speech."
In fact, the story seems to suggest that the review bomb is the efforts of a bunch of pissed-off DC fans and people who didn't like The Last Jedi and want Disney to suffer for it. There are no examples of this alt-right campaign at all. It's a campaign against Disney, not Negroes. But Salon just had to make this a racist thing because, well, that's what regressives do. That's not to say racism isn't a part of the hype around this movie. Let's go back to Satsu since he said it first and better than I could.
So I was having a conversation with a friend of mine recently, or I don't know if I can classify this person as a friend or not, but it kind of doesn't matter. And we were talking about people's reaction to this movie. And he was on the side that black people should be rejoicing in the fact that this movie exists because it was made for black people. Black people should be excited because they get something finally that they can enjoy, because we all know that black people have never been able to enjoy anything created by this company because they've never created black things ever. This is the first thing that black people ever got, and we should be excited about that, I guess. Apparently the significance of this movie is there are more black faces than usual in it, which is fine, whatever. It's not a big deal to me, and even though it may be true that this many black faces have not taken place inside of a Marvel movie, that is not the way I gauge whether or not the movie's going to be good. Now, I know a lot of brainless drones who do not care about the content of the movie, who do not care about Black Panther, who didn't even know Black Panther existed. They didn't even know he was a fucking superhero. Some people are jumping on this train like, oh sweet, we got a new superhero just for us. You know how fucking long Black Panther's been out? That's besides the point. Let's continue to move on. I don't want to get too sidetracked. But like I was saying, these mindless drones who do not care about the content of the movie or anything like that are going to go to this movie. They're going to kind of watch it, just stare at a screen, look at all the black people in it, and no matter what happens in this movie, they will come out and say it was the greatest movie ever made because there was a whole bunch of darkies in it. And that's it. That's 100% it. Now, my argument to this when I was having this conversation was that you will never hear about a white superhero coming out. Like, if somehow they just came up with some new white superhero tomorrow, and brand new, nobody had ever heard of him, where people would be like, dude, you need to go see this movie because there's hella white people in it. Like, you wouldn't even believe how many white faces are in this movie. That's the reason it's going to be great. Look at all those glorious white faces. It would be the most racist shit you've ever heard. People were like, that is the most racist fucking shit I've ever heard. You were literally, in all the articles, literally the exact same people who were saying that Black Panther is going to be good, specifically because of all the black people in it. Those exact same people would look at a person who said that about the other movie and be like, you're a racist. You literally think that just because their faces are white, that's going to make this movie better? You're a terrible person.
Exactly. If honkies were running around touting a movie because of all of the white people in it, it would rightfully be called racist. But since it's a bunch of moronic, regressive social justice numbnuts all praising the black faces, that's progressive. It's so progressive it spawned the hashtag #WhatBlackPantherMeansToMe, as though the movie with black people in it has single-handedly uplifted the world, despite the fact no one has seen it yet. Hashtag #WhatBlackPantherMeansToMe stresses the power of seeing black glory in films. Really? Then why has there never been this kind of hype for a Medea film? Sorry.
Black Panther is proving that the most formidable superpower in the Marvel Universe may be representation.
Yeah? Tell that to their print division that recently took a huge ass fucking for going full-blown social justice warrior with representation bullshit. They had to cancel all of those comics because they weren't fucking selling.
There's still more than a week left before director Ryan Coogler debuts the hero's first standalone film February 16th, but fans couldn't wait to express the importance of seeing black excellence in film. Kayla Marie Sutton, curator of the Black Nerd Girls podcast social media accounts, started the hashtag #WhatBlackPantherMeansToMe on Twitter Tuesday morning. The Afro-Latina says she tweeted the hashtag after asking her son what the Wakandan prince meant to him. This was inspired by a question I asked my son yesterday, Sutton told HuffPost in a direct message. He has been reading all the comics, like me, and as a young black male with autism, I wanted to know what this movie meant to him. It got me thinking about the impact this movie is going to have on so many.
Aha, this hashtag was inspired by autism. Makes a lot more sense now.
This film is so unapologetically black, and growing up on the outside of the nerd community as an other, to have a film with people that look like me and my family is the most amazing gift, she added.
Unapologetically black? You know what's unapologetically black? Medea.
Sutton wasn't alone in her sentiment, as hashtag #WhatBlackPantherMeansToMe quickly began to trend on Twitter. People highlighted several reasons why they felt represented by the film, including the positive portrayal of an African nation and the important role of black scientists in Wakanda.
You mean the positive portrayal of a fake African nation? It's not like they were showing the Congo in some amazing light. The hashtag was trending, and a large part of it was people mocking it for being completely fucking ridiculous. That didn't stop the social justice folks running Twitter from pulling their regressive bullshit.
Hashtag #WhatBlackPantherMeansToMe proves Marvel's The Black Panther is more than just another comic book movie. It's a touchstone and inspiration for many who feel unrepresented in pop culture.
Yeah, people like this.
Dear white people, just as a friendly reminder as anticipation builds for Black Panther, 1. This is for culture. 2. This doesn't concern you. 3. Stay the fuck out of our way on February 16th. 4. Keep all your opinions about the film to yourself unless you're asked, but don't worry, you won't be asked.
Whoops, wrong one. That's an inspirational post from before the hashtag blew up. Friendly, ain't she? Here's one from the actual hashtag.
When I saw the cast of women, all with my complexion or darker, none sexualized or demonized because of it, and it wasn't a film about slavery or drug addiction, I cried.
It's as though film has replaced the church and Black Panther's the new Jesus. I wonder if they're taking frankincense as currency at the box office. For fuck's sake, people, it's a goddamn superhero movie and y'all are sucking the fun right out of it. How in the fuck does this impact your life that much? Especially when you haven't even seen the goddamn thing. I don't go to the theater very often, but I will see this the moment it comes out on video, as I've done with all of the Marvel movies. I won't let all of this SJW bullshit ruin it for me, but watching the reaction to this is fucking mind-blowing. The movie hasn't even been released yet, and it's being treated like the second coming of Christ because black people are in it. A film's quality can be judged on a lot of things. Writing, directing, acting, lighting, cinematography, and even music. I've never once seen a movie and thought, this movie's okay, but man, if only there were more honkies in it, it would be amazing. Because I'm not fucking racist. Okay guys, that's gonna wrap up this one. Don't forget to check out Satsu's channel. You can also watch Satsu and I Slay Zombies in 7 Days to Die every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night on his second channel, which is also linked below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and share it on your favorite social media platforms. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'm the Ranting Monkey, and I'll see you next time.
When I saw the cast of women, all with my complexion or darker, none sexualized or demonized because of it, and it wasn't a film about slavery or drug addiction, I cried.
Your life makes me sad.